This program is sponsored by Akwekey Company Limited, producers of Calipo juice, and I'm encouraging all school children to drink Calipo. Okay, let your parents buy Calipo for you so that you don't get Candida and the rest. Hi, my name is Ohenewaa. I'm a human rights lawyer and a feminist activist. I'm here on my Ohenewaa advocacy in schools and free books distribution, and I'm at KASOA in the Awutu Senya East Municipal Assembly to talk to the school children on the laws on domestic and sexual violence and cycle of abuse. There's a high rate of domestic and sexual violence cases in the country, and I have chosen KASOA, especially because of the recent murder of the 10-year-old boy for ritual purposes here. So I want the school children in the KASOA to know about these laws, the acts of violence, the criminal liability, the jail terms and all that. So I'll be giving them free copies of my booklets on the laws on domestic and sexual violence and cycle of abuse. I also brought them Calipo juice from Akwekey Limited, nose marks and notebooks. I believe that if you are watching me, you would be happy of the program I'm doing for the youth, and I want them to have advanced knowledge about these laws so that they can prevent committing acts of criminality. Thank you so much, and you want to sponsor me, my number is 0548727983. If you are below 16 years and someone forces you to have sex with you, or you even allow yourself to have sex with a person, but you are below 16 years, what is that offense? Can anyone tell me? Come here and tell me. Come here and tell me. I want to know if you are below 16 years. What is it?
Defilement.
What is it?
Defilement.
So defilement is what?
Is a sexual element which one forces you to have a sex which you are below 16 years.
Very, very good. What is your name?
Isaac.
And your class?
Form 2F.
Okay. So you come. This question is very important to me. So Isaac is taking home 3 Calipo juice and a whole pack of nose marks from Calipo Company. Okay. And then 5 exercise books. Wait. And then 1 copy of my book. Okay. So Isaac is taking, and then 1 copy of my book. And then the sticker. The small one and the big one. Isaac 10. Let's see yourself. And then the small one. So Isaac is taking this. So do you want to say something? In the name of your teacher.
Thank you.
Your teacher's name.
Senat.
It's your teacher's name. Okay. So that is it. Go home and then give the drinks to your siblings. Sexual violence is very important to me, especially with defilement. You are below 16 years, whether you are a boy, you are a girl, and anybody forces you to do any sexual whatever. I hope you know it. Sexual what? Sexual what? Intercourse. Don't let anybody touch your bum bum. You understand? So that is defilement and rape if you are above 16 years. But you must agree. If you agree, it is sexual intercourse. But if you do not agree and you are above 16 years, it is rape. Then also sodomy, sexual intercourse in the anus. I'll get to the board and give you all the illustration. The criminal liability. That is why I am here. I do not want any of you to go to jail, because the maximum penalty for all criminal sexual violence cases is 25 years maximum. So the girls, when you sit in class, do not open your legs to entice your teachers. Okay? It doesn't matter if you force your teacher to have sex with you. Once you are below 16 years, you have put your teacher into trouble or any male person into trouble. If your father has been touching your bonbons, your father has been sleeping with you, you have to report him. The first place of call is tell your teachers about it. Tell your headmistress about it. Or tell your neighbor about it. This is the name of your school.
St. Mary's Anglican School.
Where is it located?
KASOA, Akweley.
From today, we will report all cases of abuse.
From today, we will report all cases of abuse.
Because our right is our right.
Because our right is our right.
And we must seek justice.
And we must seek justice.
We will not allow anyone to violate our rights.
We will not allow anyone to violate our rights.
For us girls, we will not open our legs when we sit in class.
For us girls, we will not open our legs when we are in class.
We will prevent committing acts of criminality
We will prevent committing acts of criminality.
so that we don't go to jail.
So that we will not go to jail.
Do you have calipo juice with you? Are you holding your calipo juice?
Yes.
Do you like calipo juice?
Yes.
And then do you have the calipo exercise books?
Yes.
And do you have the domestic violence book?
Yes.
Do you have the domestic violence stickers?
Yes.
Are you happy to be here?
Yes.
Are you happy that I am here?
Yes.
Should I visit your school again?
Yes.
Do you need more calipo juice? Your school is a purely Islamic school, right? Okay, so I like the way you've all dressed. I'm here to talk to you about the laws on domestic and sexual violence, cycle of abuse. Okay, so it's necessary for me to talk to you about these laws because they are acts of violence. You may not know that what you are doing or what your parents is doing is an act of violence. What is the name of your school?
ICODEHS Basic School.
Are you happy that I came to visit you?
Yes, madam.
Do you have some of the calipo juice?
Yes, madam.
Raise them. Those who have it, raise them. Do you have some of the calipo exercise books?
Yes, madam.
Do you have some of the domestic and sexual violence book? So what did you learn today? Have you learned to fight for your rights?
Yes, madam.
Because your right is your right. Say, my right is my right.
My right is my right.
Fight for my rights.
And I will fight.
I will report all cases of abuse
I will report all cases of abuse
to the nearest police station
to the nearest police station.
or to my teachers or my headmistress and headmisters.
To my teachers or my headmistress.
I will also do things that will not take me to jail.
So do things that will not take me to jail.
I will not fight with my classmates.
I will not fight with my classmates.
The girls, when we sit in class, say it. We will not open our legs
We will not open our legs
to entice our teachers.
to entice our teachers.
And the boys too, when we see the girls, we will not touch their breasts and their bonbons.
We will not touch their breasts and their bonbons.
So I am happy that I came to give the talk on the laws on domestic and sexual violence. And Aqua Fresh Company Limited, producers of calipo juice, sponsored the drinks and gave me exercise books to give to all of you. Can you raise your books and your drinks up and then you just say that, Madam Lawyer, we are happy to be here. Say it.
Madam Lawyer, we are happy to be here.
We love calipo juice.
We love calipo.
My name is Mary Ohenewaa Afo. Did you hear my name? My name is Mary Ohenewaa Afo. Did you hear my name? What did I say? Okay, I'm a lawyer. I'm a human rights lawyer, a feminist activist, an author and a publisher. and I'm here to talk to you about the laws on domestic and sexual violence and cycle of abuse. Did you hear that? I want to take the opportunity to thank all the organizers, the GES officials at the Awutu Senya East Municipal, and all the teachers here. I'm so happy for this platform to talk to the youth about certain acts of violence so that they will know about these acts that constitute offenses under the laws of Ghana and their jail terms. When you know that an act is against the law and you'll be punished when you do it, you will not do it at all. I brought you 10 packs of calipo juice to be given to some students, the little ones, after the program, okay? And I also brought copies of my book, Laws on Domestic and Sexual Violence and Cycle of Abuse. You'd have some copies at the school library, and you can always go there and read. Aqua Fresh Company Limited, they are producers of calipo juice. And then some nose marks and some of my books. And I want to encourage all school children here to drink calipo juice. Okay? Tell your parents to buy calipo juice for you. They are very healthy. Do not drink other beverages. And when I finish, just like I said, I'll give the calipo juice to the school children, but the younger ones will enjoy it. I'm here to talk to you about the laws on domestic and sexual violence. Do you know what violence is about? What is violence? Can one person tell me what? You have to come here and tell me what is violence. And I want another person to also tell me what is domestic violence. Who is coming? You answer a question, you pick one calipo, one book, and then one notebook, exercise book from calipo juice, and then a nose mask, a pack of nose masks. What is violence?
Domestic violence is any act committed, loss of relative, through physical and psychological pain that cause an individual.
You've done well. Take your calipo juice, your calipo exercise book, and then my book, okay? What is your name?
Faustina Bafodazi.
Your full name?
Faustina Bafodazi.
And your class?
Form 1A.
Okay, thank you so much, okay? Domestic violence is anything that causes pain or injury to a person. And it is domestic because it happens in intimate relationships amongst yourselves, your siblings, your parents. You could have a situation where your own mother would be beating you or your father would be beating your mother. Have you experienced that before? Are you sure? There are categories of domestic violence, or there are types of violence, but we have categorized them as domestic and sexual violence. The types of violence under domestic violence includes physical violence, verbal, economic, and mental or emotional. Then we have the sexual violence, which is rape, defilement, sodomy, and sexual harassment. I hope you are listening to me because you need this education, okay? And I'll focus more on the sexual violence. There's another question I'll ask, and then I will not ask questions anymore. So for the types of domestic violence, the physical violence. Physical is anything that you see with your eyes, like somebody will slap you, somebody use belt on you or cane. Okay, I know that your teachers do not cane you. I know that they don't cane you, and I'm encouraging teachers to give punitive punishment. Yes, instead of caning you, I'm encouraging teachers to, let you even sweep the whole compound. That one is beneficial. They should stop the caning. They should encourage stubborn students to clean the washroom instead of caning, because it causes pain and injury, and that is domestic violence. So the physical violence, these are acts Okay, you slap someone, it is physical violence. But in law, it is assault. I hope you are getting me. And in law, if it's an offense under the laws of Ghana, you are punished. The penalty for assault is 3 years jail term. So those who have been fighting in class, you have to stop. The criminal liability for everyone, if you are below 17 years, you are a juvenile offender. But if you are 17 years and above, you are treated as an adult offender. It doesn't matter if you are enjoying free SHS. You still go to jail if you commit an offense. You'll be treated as an adult offender once you are 17 years and above. Then we have the verbal. Those who like insulting. If your parents are consistently insulting you, it is an offense under the law. Tell your parents not to beat you with belts, because that one is assault. Tell them not to insult you, that you are a witch, you are this, you are that. It is verbal abuse. The consequences are there. I'll come there. And then also, we have economic violence. If you do something and your mother tells you that she's not going to feed you for some days, to starve you, it is economic violence. If anyone deprives you of money, food, anything that must help you grow, or someone takes your money, you come to school and some of your friend always takes your money, it is an abuse, and you must report the person to your teachers, your headmaster, your headmistresses. Report all cases of abuse to your teachers. They will take it to the police station. If it's happening at home, you can tell your neighbors about it. Tell your family members. If you're afraid to report it, come and tell your teachers. They will involve the police. Then the sexual violence, we have rape. Rape is sexual intercourse without your consent. And what is the age responsibility? Do you know it? Who can tell me? If you are below 16 years and someone forces you to have sex with you, or you even allow yourself to have sex with a person, but you are below 16 years, what is that offense? Can anyone tell me? Come here and tell me. Come here and tell me. I want to know if you are below 16 years. What is it?
Defilement.
What is it?
Defilement.
So defilement is what?
Is a sexual harassment which one forces you to have a sex which you are below 16 years.
Very, very good. What is your name?
Akwekey Sapon.
And your class?
Form 2F.
Okay. So you come. This question is very important to me. So Isaac is taking home 3 calipo juice and a whole pack of nose marks from Calipo Company, okay? And then 5 exercise books. Wait. And then 1 copy of my book, okay? So Isaac is taking, and then 1 copy of my book. And then the sticker, the small one and the big one. Isaac 10. Let's see yourself. And then the small one. So Isaac is taking this. So, do you want to say something? In the name of your teacher.
Thank you.
Your teacher's name.
Senat.
It's your teacher's name. Okay. So that is it. Go home and then give the drinks to your siblings. Sexual violence is very important to me, especially with defilement. You are below 16 years, whether you are a boy, you are a girl, and anybody forces you to do any sexual whatever. I hope you know it. Sexual what? Sexual what? Intercourse. Don't let anybody touch your bum bum. You understand? So that is defilement and rape if you are above 16 years. But you must agree. If you agree, it is sexual intercourse. But if you do not agree, and you are above 16 years, it is rape. Then also sodomy, sexual intercourse in the anus. I'll get to the board and give you all the illustration. The criminal liability. That is why I am here. I do not want any of you to go to jail, because the maximum penalty for all criminal sexual violence cases is 25 years maximum. So the girls, when you sit in class, do not open your legs to entice your teachers. Okay? It doesn't matter if you force your teacher to have sex with you. Once you are below 16 years, you have put your teacher into trouble, or any male person into trouble. If your father has been touching your bonbons, your father has been sleeping with you, you have to report him. The first place of call is tell your teachers about it. Tell your headmistress about it. Or tell your neighbor about it. Then we have sexual harassment. That one is also a very important topic, because it happens in schools. The boys, those who have been touching the girl's breast, they call something grinding and all that. Touching someone's buttocks and all, you have to stop it. It's an offensive conduct. So I've talked about the types of the domestic violence, physical, verbal, economic, then the sexual violence cases, rape, defilement, sodomy, sexual harassment. And then I've also said that if you are 17 years and above, you would go to jail. You'll be treated as an adult offender. Okay? So for the physical violence, we have murder. You hit someone, the person falls down and doesn't wake up again, you have killed the person. The penalty for murder is death sentence. So those who can see it here, murder or homicide, it's death sentence. I don't want any of you to kill anyone. Do not fight with anyone. Do not throw stone to hit anybody's head, because the penalty is death sentence. That is if you are 17 years and above, the maximum sentence. Then we have genocide. It's also death sentence, killing a group of people. Then manslaughter is life imprisonment or any lesser term. It is manslaughter because you have a defense. It could be a defense of insanity or self-defense or whatever. Unless you have very good legal team, that is where you can fall under manslaughter. But do not do anything that will take another person's life. Okay? This program is very, very important to me. I wish students of KASOA would have known about these things, so that boy who was killed for ritual purposes, own friends, will not have done that, because they didn't know the criminal responsibility or liability. You kill someone, you will not have your life again. Or if your parents are always fighting. I have a lot of adults, a lot of mothers who have killed their husbands. Your father is always beating your mother. Come and tell your teachers about it, okay? Because when she dies, your father will go to jail for the rest of his life. It's necessary for me to talk to you about these laws, because they are acts of violence. You may not know that what you are doing or what your parent is doing is an act of violence, and when the act becomes an offense in law, the next thing is the punishment. You have to face prosecution and then jail term. But when you know that the act is a criminal act, you not do it, and that is why I am here. I want students to desist from committing acts of criminality. I hope you are getting me. So domestic violence basically is anything that causes pain or injury to a person. If a thing is causing pain and injury to you, it is domestic violence, and it happens in intimate relationships. That is why we call it domestic violence, and we've categorized them as domestic and then sexual violence. They are all acts of violence. When you hate someone, it's a physical violence. When you take someone through mental agony or you put fear in someone, it is a psychological violence. It is when you deprive someone of food or money or anything. It is economic violence. When you sexually assault someone, it falls under sexual violence. For the purposes of this group, I want to focus on the sexual violence. Even though the physical violence, you hit someone so hard, or you hit the person with an offensive weapon, the person doesn't get up again, it is murder. The punishment for murder is death sentence. Okay? So if you are below 17 years, the ages, criminal responsibility is very important to me. 17 years. Okay? You are below 17 years, you are treated as a juvenile offender. But when you are above 17 years, you are treated as an adult offender. Can someone just say what I've just said? I just want one person to come and say it. When you are below 17 years, you are treated as a juvenile offender. When you are 17 years and above, you are treated as an adult offender. Who can say it? Take a drink and some of my books and go. I want one student to come and say it. Say it as I've said it. Come. You are below 17 years. You be treated as a juvenile offender. You are above 17 years. You be treated as an adult offender. Say it.
Madam said that if you are above 17 years, you are treated as an adult offender. But if you are below 17 years, you are treated as a juvenile offender. Okay.
So in simple language, where the 17 years, if you are below, I don't know how the street is, but below is a juvenile, 17 years, and above is an adult offender. Okay? It doesn't matter if you are in SHS. How many of you here are more than 17 years, or 17 years or more than 17 years? Or below, how many of you are below 17 years here? A lot of you. Okay, so if you commit an offense, which I do not want you to do that. Okay, so below 16 years, if someone forces you to have sex with you or anything, whether it's anal or whatever, it is called what? Below 16 years. Below 16 years, you are not supposed to be involved in any sexual intercourse. Anything. Someone should come and tell me so that I'll end my talk with you. Below 16 years, you are not supposed to have any sexual intercourse, no anal sex, nothing, with or without your consent.
Defilement. Okay.
So you take your name.
Abdul Majid Isaac Ali. Form 3.
Okay. So. And then the Calipo, pick the Calipo book. These things are important to me. I like the illustrations because even if you forget, you remember that I called one of your students to talk about it. So even if you say that your teacher should sleep with you, your teacher will go to jail. The maximum sentence is 25 years. I have it here. All the jail terms are here. I'll leave this banner here.
If a man attacks you and the only weapon close to you is knife and you stab him to death, is it an offense?
That one is self-defense. And even that, it's not all cases that the victim will be liable if you are able to prove that the person falls. And there should always be evidence. Okay, you won't go to jail for defending yourself. So you take one drink. But you must report it. You must report it. Come and take the book. Okay? Don't keep it to those of you who sell after school. If you are selling and it's in the night, go home. I've had a lot of cases where children, after selling pure water, whatever, they were defiled. Report all offensive, strange behaviors.
Please, I want to ask a question. Madam, please, what if the person who is attacking the lady is less than 17 years? Is he going to jail or not?
If the person is less than 17 years, the person will be treated as a juvenile offender. The punishment is lesser. But there will still be punishment. Okay? There would be, instead of death sentence, the person may go to jail for like 5 years. Okay? But it is not a pleasant thing at all. Your name and your class and everything.
My name is Ernest J. Champon. I am in Form 2.
Okay, so you take the drink and then...
Madam, Please, I'm a student and I'm 17 years and I'm forced to marry. And early marriage is a normal thing in my community. You have asked us to report. When I report and I'm disowned, what is my faith? What is my faith? That's what I want to know.
Yes, every day we listen to the radio, the TV, we watch the TV and all that. We need to, take further steps to bring issues out. You should go to the nearest police station, go to the media houses, let your teachers know about it. You should take steps to fight that injustice or fight that problem. It happens all the time. But when you agree, there's a saying that which you allow will continue forever. So you should be the person who must fight that thing in your community. And some of us, we've been fighters. We don't even know how we were able to do it. Some of us, I fought from law school to stop an injustice there. So if you don't get out of your corner and fight a problem, the problem will take control over you and you'll be crushed. So you must think about yourself and educate the people. So it's all about education. Do not allow yourself to be married to an older man. You don't need marriage. What you need is education. Okay? I can do everything I'm doing because I have education. So Madam, thank you very much.
Please, I'm Lydia Benny, JHS 2. Please, I want to ask my question. Please, if I'm less than 17 years and I'm forced to, if I'm young and someone is forcing me to be his sidekick or his friend, what should I tell the person?
If you are below, you have to stop it. Because you are so powerless, you must tell your teachers about it. Why is it too difficult to tell your teacher about a problem? It shouldn't be difficult. Your teachers are supposed to help you. Tell your parents about it if it's not happening at home. Tell your family members, tell your neighbors. Don't keep it to you. The moment you keep it to yourself, you'll be a victim for life. And the consequence, I've said that the damage, when you go through abuse, the damage is permanent. With poverty, when you get money, you are okay. But with abuse, it destroys you forever. So take and go. Yes.
My name is Gifty Opon. I'm in JHS 1. If I know the person, like my brother, and she
Brother?
Yes. Anytime she touch my buttocks.
So you must tell your brother to stop. My books will be at the library and you must read on sexual harassment. Okay? It makes you feel uncomfortable. So you must tell the person to stop or report the conduct to your parents or to your teachers. Okay? And they must call your brother and let your brother know that it is not a normal habit. He must stop it before he grows into it and become a rapist. Otherwise, he will end up in jail. Okay? These things are very, very important to me. So I am done. The last question. I may not take more questions. I beg you.
Madam, please, what if my parents took money from a man that if I grow, he will come and marry me? And I grow, and if I don't want to marry that man, can I also report that?
Yes, you are all going to be advocates and activists. And you are going to speak against the injustices in your communities. Okay? In your families and all that. And you must be teachers and lecturers and educate the children so that we can have a better future for all of us. Do not agree to an illegality. Okay? So I'm done. You must speak out against all forms of abuse. Yes.
Madam, please, my name is Forgive Agbeshi. I'm in JHS 1. I want to ask a question. If a friend of yours told you that a man is trying to sleep with her, and she has informed her mother, but her mother is not doing anything about it, will you help her? Will you leave her to go through that?
The mothers, the parents, sometimes they are powerless. So the teacher should be the first place of call. Okay? Talk to your teachers about anything that makes you uncomfortable. But if you decide that you want to sleep with a person, and someone finds out that you are below 16 years, you would be in trouble, and the person too will be in trouble. That is why I have taken the pains to come and educate you. So do not think the way you are thinking after I've left. This will always be here. And I have all the stickers too, okay?
My name is Rukeya Al-Hassan. I am in JHS 3. Like, maybe if your father is forcing you to have sex with you, and he will be threatening you that when you go and tell someone, he's going to kill you.
Yes, do not allow anyone to put fear in you. You know, you are in school for a purpose, to train your brains. So I want you to change that thing. And don't think about your father. Think about yourself and how what he wants to do with you will destroy your life. So you must report the person. Report your father, report any offensive conduct. Let your teachers know. Let your neighbors know. Let your family members know. They may not believe you, but when you come to school, you tell your teacher will tell your headmistress, and they will invite your father and talk to your father. Okay, it will not always end in jail. Once he's not done it, they will talk to him to stop. But if you should go ahead and do it, he may end up in jail. You may get pregnant because you may not know your reproductive whatever. I want to take just 5 questions. This program is sponsored by Aqua Fresh Company Limited, producers of Calipo juice. And I'm encouraging all school children to drink Calipo. Okay, let your parents buy Calipo for you so that you don't get Candida and the rest.
Please, I want to ask that if my parents have been maltreating me in the house and that maltreat influences me to go out for a boyfriend, then I allow myself for the boyfriend to sleep with me because of money. Is the boy going to be jailed or my parents who are going to be jailed?
What's your age?
Please, I'm 14.
Once you are below 16 years, anybody who forces you to have sex, your parents could be prosecuted and the boy too. It's a criminal offense. Okay? So take your drink and go. And you must tell your teachers. I think I've said this over 5 times. Report anything to your teacher or your neighbor. That is why you are in school. The issue is, whatever the problem, you are not supposed to be in any sexual relationship if you are 16 years and below. And that is why you have teachers here. If your parents cannot take care of you, the state has the facilities to do that. Your parents should be able to work. We have the family tribunal, they handle such cases. They will call, because you didn't come to the world alone. You have a mother and a father. They are supposed to be responsible, because the Children's Act ensures that parents become responsible to take care of their children. Yes.
My question is that they say we should not torture any child. But what if I did something bad in the house and my mother wants to correct me with a cane? Or my teachers want to correct me with a cane? What?
GES has given that directive long time. You know, anything that causes pain and injury. So if your teacher hits you or your mother hits you with something, belt or whatever, and you fall down and you don't wake up again, they have committed the act of murder. So instead of your teacher or your mother using that harsh way to punish you, they should rather let you do beneficial stuff, like going to clean the bathroom, cleaning the classroom or whatever. That is what I'm encouraging parents to do. Okay, because you learn. It shouldn't be that harsh. Take a drink and go.
If a child is being defiled in KASOA or raped, and the teacher or the children inform the school-based facilitators, and I also call the DOBSU to come and make the arrest, what we normally see is they'll go and see the parents in the house, like they want to settle the matter in the home. Some of the teachers, even some of the officers, normally they want us to settle the case under the carpet, which I know it's against the law. So what advice will you give it to us? Thank you.
Thank you so much. No criminal case can be settled. It is a matter against the state, the republic versus so and so. No one should settle a criminal matter, even if it's 100 years. It has to be prosecuted. So when you are being abused sexually, you must allow the law to work. Okay?
Yes, madam, I want to ask that I want to ask, when I do anything good, my mother will cane me. When my mother send me on errands and I go, when I come, she wants to cane me for nothing. What I do, everything, she will be angry of me.
I've always said that when these things are happening to you at home, come and report the matter to your teachers. Okay? Your teachers will invite your mother and talk to your mother. Because when you go through abuse for a prolonged period of time, your brains will be damaged. Okay? You go through childhood trauma and it will affect you for the rest of your life. You need to grow up with love and emotions. So you can go. A lot of people into armed robbery and all that, they grew up without love and emotions. So the victims, there's no support for you. The state doesn't have support for you. And you also need to stop the abuse so that it doesn't damage you. Okay?
Please, let's take it as if you are staying with a guardian and that person is maltreating you. After you've reported that person and that person is going to be jailed, after that, who is going to take care of you?
Yes, I have that problem. Who is going to take care of you? But if we don't also stop the person, you may die. Okay? So we want to save you so that the person can be corrected. It's not every case that goes to court. Your teachers could invite the person. If it is very severe, they will involve the police. The police will talk to your parents or your guardian to stop that.
Auntie, please, I want to ask that those in the remote areas or secluded areas, if they are being violated, how are their cases being handled?
There's police station everywhere in Ghana. Yes.
Secluded areas like where police stations are not nearby, it's even difficult.
There's police station everywhere. It's a government facility. And they must report cases at the nearest police station. The word in the law is nearest police station. Because if you sit in your corner, nobody will know your problem unless you take steps. Even if you go to the small one, they don't help you. Go to the divisional, go to the regional, go to the ministries, go to the head office, headquarters. Make sure you get help. Go to the media houses. Okay?
Question. Please, do men also say that women also violate their rights?
It depends. Every case is decided on its own merits. So you report the issue and then the police will take it from there.
On what percentage can that be?
No. Children, the girls are being defiled more than the boys. Okay? And we need the girls to be strong. Because if someone defiles you and your womb is destroyed, you may not have children again. Okay? So I'm done with you. What is come? You asked a lot of your name and your teacher's name.
Aurelian Adams Buckley. And my teacher's name is Seche.
Your class?
I'm in 3B.
What is 3B? Class 3 or?
Form 3B.
Okay.
Yes, please. Thank you.
And how old are you?
I'm 14.
And what's your position?
Fifth.
You are?
Fifth.
Okay, fifth as in what? Overall student?
Yes, please.
Wow. Thank you. And the last person.
Please, I want to ask that in the Children's Act 1998, Act 560, they said that no child is to be subjected to any form of torture or punishment. So if the child goes wayward and is punished, is that a form of abuse?
The child punishment of a child should not be severe. It should not be dehumanizing. It should not be cruel. You understand? No one should be subjected to torture, cruel and degrading treatment. Anything that takes away your human rights. Okay, it's even in the Constitution, Article 15. So take one and go. That is why the police station is the first call. Don't keep it to yourself. Because you are minors, that is why you must tell that is why you must tell your teachers about it. Tell your neighbors, tell your family members, tell your parents. Okay? So that they can assist you to get seek justice. Your name and your teacher's name and your class.
I'm Towa Sarah. I'm in Form 3B and my class teacher's name is Seche.
Hey, there, Mr. Seche, I want to see him. There are lots of students coming from his class. All the jail terms are here. I'll leave this banner here. All the jail terms are here. Below 16 years, anal sex is unnatural carnal knowledge and it's sodomy. If your father is sleeping with you, it's incest. If he's found out, and which he will be found out, even if you fail to tell your teachers about it, he may go to jail for 25 years. Okay? So report all cases of abuse. Defilement is here. If you sleep with a mad person, 25 years maximum. The boys, do not go and sleep with any mad person. You may go to jail for 25 years. And then defilement, the minimum sentence is 7 years for defilement. But the other ones are 5 years. And then murder is death sentence. So you go and fight with your mate, your classroom, whatever, your friend, and the person dies. It is death sentence. Okay? If you have a defense, that will be manslaughter, defense of insanity or self-defense or anything. And that happens when you have a good lawyer. And you should have money to pay a lawyer. So, or use of offensive weapon to his life imprisonment. Your pen can be an offensive weapon. Okay? Use it to choke somebody's eyes. The person will bleed to death. Then assault is 3 years maximum. Those of you who like slapping, if your father is constantly beating you with belts, he may go to jail for 3 years maximum. The law doesn't care who takes care of you. The law is only concerned about the offenders. Section 8.3 of the Domestic Violence Act says that when you have a domestic violence issue, you must report it to the police for free medical care by the state. That law has never been implemented. So if you are thinking of assaulting someone, the law doesn't have any budget for the person. So I want you to stop it. Someone defiles you, the law doesn't have any budget for you. You may spend about 1,000 cedis on treatment alone. So do not go to male teacher's house. Do not go to strangers' house. The girls, those who like to go to men's room, stop it. Your womb may be ruptured. You are too young to indulge in sexual intercourse. Okay? Then compulsion of marriage, 3 years maximum. Those of you that they force you to marry older men, I want you to report any offensive conduct to your teachers. They are the first point of call. Okay? They will assist, because you are minors, they will assist you to go to the police station. The police may invite your parents and talk to them, because they may not know the law. Okay? If they force you to marry, your parents will go to jail for 3 years. But I want you to know well in advance so that I can also teach other people. You go to church or mosque or whatever, you tell your friends there. I want you to spread the information. So the list will be here. You can come and look at it. I think I'm almost done. So I'll take 5 questions and then we can end the talk. So you ask a question. Those who want to ask questions should come here. You take your drink, you take the books, no marks, and then I'm done. Thank you so much, and thank all the organizers, the GS Education Office, all the officials, the school teachers, and everyone who supported this program. Thank you so much, Aqua Fresh Company Limited, producers of Alipo Juice. Thank you so much, and I'm happy to be here. Bye-bye.
Once